I still remember the phone call. It was late one October afternoon, the kind where the sunlight slants through the windows and the house feels a little too quiet. On the other end of the line was George, one of my longtime patients and a good friend. He was 72, a tall, broad-shouldered man who had worked with his hands his entire life. Strong, capable, the kind of fellow who could build a shed from scratch or fix a stubborn lawnmower with nothing but a wrench and some grit. But that day, his voice trembled. "Doc, I fell in the garden, my hip, it's broken." I paused. "George?" "The man who once carried 50-pound bags of soil like they were feathers?" he continued, shame creeping into his words. "I barely slipped, Doc. Just a small stone. I can't believe this happened. When I visited him at the hospital, I saw more than a man with a broken bone. I saw a man broken inside, bewildered, defeated, ashamed that such a small thing had caused so much damage, and here's the part that haunts me. His osteoporosis had been developing quietly for years. He had occasional back pain, had lost an inch or two in height, felt more tired, but like many men he brushed it off as just getting older. If only I'd known, he said. If only someone had told me sooner. You see, this is not just George's story. This is the story of thousands of men over 60 across the US, UK, Australia, and Canada. Osteoporosis is often seen as a women's disease, but that is a dangerous myth. Men suffer too, and often the first sign is a devastating fracture, and by then it may be too late. The truth is, declining bone health is not an inevitable part of aging. It is preventable, but only if we recognize the signs early. That's why I'm here today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Thomas Whitaker. I practiced internal medicine and geriatrics for over 40 years. Now retired, I devote my time to helping older men like George, live healthier, stronger, more joyful lives. In this video, we'll uncover 5 hidden symptoms of osteoporosis that seniors often miss. I'll explain how your body changes with age, how these symptoms sneak up on you, and what you can do starting today to protect your bones and your life. Don't wait until it's too late. Stay with me. Your future self will thank you. Medical explanation and mechanism. Let's start with a simple truth. Your bones are living tissue. They are not static like stone. They are dynamic. Every day your body breaks down old bone and builds new bone. In youth, this process is in perfect balance. But as we age, particularly after 60, that balance shifts. For many older men, bone breakdown quietly outpaces bone formation. The result? Bones that become thinner, more brittle, and more prone to fracture. This is osteoporosis, often called the silent thief because it steals your bone strength without obvious warning signs. Now you may wonder, why does this happen? Several key factors are at play. First, hormonal changes. While we often hear about women losing estrogen after menopause, men also experience a slow decline in testosterone. Testosterone plays a vital role in maintaining bone density. As levels drop, so does bone strength. Second, nutrient absorption declines. As we age, the gut becomes less efficient at absorbing calcium and vitamin D, 2 essential nutrients for bone health. Without enough of these, your bones cannot rebuild properly. Third, circulation slows. Good blood flow delivers nutrients to your bones. With age, blood vessels can stiffen, limiting this crucial supply. Poor circulation also affects your muscles and balance, increasing the risk of falls. Fourth, muscle loss, or sarcopenia. Bones and muscles work as a team. When muscles weaken, bones bear more load, but weaker muscles also mean a higher chance of stumbling or falling. One bad fall can change a life in seconds. Fifth, chronic inflammation. Conditions common in older men, such as diabetes, heart disease, or obesity, increase inflammation in the body. This chronic inflammation subtly undermines bone health. Over time, and finally sedentary living. One of the great truths of aging is this: what is not used will be lost. If you sit too much, your bones and muscles weaken faster. Movement is the stimulus that tells your body to maintain strength. You may feel it already. You get tired more easily. You sleep poorly. You lose appetite. You forget things here and there. These are not simply signs of getting older. They are signals. Your body telling you that systems are slowing down, that the beautiful balance of youth is tilting. Old age is not the end. It is a reminder to start taking care of yourself more intentionally. Because here is another truth. If you neglect your body, it will neglect you. But if you nourish it, move it, and tend to it, your body can still serve you well for many years to come. Understanding the hidden processes behind osteoporosis is the first step toward reclaiming your strength. In the next part, we will explore something just as important, perhaps even more so, the emotional toll of physical decline. Because when the body falters, the heart and mind often follow. Stay with me. Emotional impact of decline now, my friends. We must talk about something that often goes unspoken. It is one thing to understand the physical effects of osteoporosis. But what happens to the spirit, the mind, when the body begins to weaken? Let me share another story. A patient of mine, we'll call him Frank, was a retired firefighter, strong-willed, proud, the kind of man who never asked for help. At 68, he began noticing small things. His grip wasn't as strong. His lower back ached. He avoided stairs. Then came the fall, a fractured vertebra. The physical injury healed in time, but what it did to Frank's spirit was far harder to mend. He became withdrawn, stopped meeting friends for coffee, stopped going to the park with his grandchildren. "I don't feel like the man I was," he told me. "This is the emotional cost of physical decline, a cost many older men carry silently." You see, when health slips away, it's not just the body that suffers. Confidence, identity, purpose, all can erode. Let's walk through the common emotional impacts I've seen in countless older men. Perhaps you'll recognize yourself in some of these signs. Isolation and loneliness. Imagine this. You used to enjoy walks to the corner store, chats with neighbors, visits to your son's house, but now every step feels uncertain. You fear falling. The risk feels too great, so you begin to stay home. At first it seems temporary, but soon days blur together. You spend hours alone, the phone silent, the calendar empty. Loneliness sets in, and with it, sadness. Have you ever sat staring out the window all day because you had nothing to do? I have asked this question to many of my patients. The answer too often is a quiet nod. Loss of interest, osteoporosis-related pain or frailty often steals enjoyment from activities. Once loved, gardening, too hard on the back. Fishing, the boat feels unsteady. Dancing with your spouse, a distant memory. As these pleasures fade, so too does motivation. It becomes easier to say, "not today," until "not today" becomes the norm. Sleep. Disturbance pain from spinal compression fractures or joint strain often disrupts sleep. And poor sleep creates a vicious cycle. Fatigue leads to less activity. Less activity worsens bone loss and mood. Mood worsens sleep even further. Before long, nights feel endless and days feel heavy. Shame and loss of masculinity. Men in particular often tie identity to strength and independence. When osteoporosis undermines these qualities, shame can creep in. "I used to be able to lift my grandkids," one patient said with tears in his eyes. "Now I can't even open the pickle jar." Such moments cut deep. Many men withdraw rather than face the perceived judgment of others. Depression and hopelessness. Left unchecked, this emotional erosion can lead to clinical depression. Signs include constant fatigue, loss of appetite, difficulty concentrating, a sense of worthlessness. Withdrawal from loved ones, perhaps you've felt it. The sense that life is shrinking, that joy is slipping out of reach. I want to pause here and say this clearly. You are not alone. These feelings are common and understandable, but they are not inevitable, nor do they define your worth. As I often tell my patients, you are still a man, a valuable person, a person who deserves to live a healthy and happy life. Awareness is the first step. If you see yourself in these signs, know that change is possible. Now let's talk about how we can reclaim that sense of vitality, starting today. Expert advice and solutions. Now that we've explored the emotional impact of physical decline, I want to offer something just as important, hope and practical steps to help you regain control. Remember this: as long as you are breathing, you are in control of your life. No matter your age, no matter your current condition, it is never too late to take steps that can improve both your bone health and your overall well-being. Nourish your bones. Let's start with nutrition, the foundation of strong bones. Calcium and vitamin D are non-negotiable. Calcium-rich foods include dairy products like yogurt and cheese, leafy greens such as kale and collard greens, almonds, tofu. For vitamin D, sunlight is your friend. Aim for 10-20 minutes of morning sun a few times a week, depending on your skin tone and climate. You can also consider vitamin D supplements, but always consult your doctor first. Additionally, ensure you get enough. Magnesium, found in nuts, seeds, whole grains, vitamin K2, found in fermented foods like natto and certain cheeses. Protein, vital for both muscle and bone repair. If you neglect your body, it will neglect you. So fuel it well to move every day. Movement is medicine, especially for aging bones. Now, I'm not suggesting you run marathons, but regular, gentle activity can stimulate bone growth and maintain muscle strength. Recommended exercises include walking. Aim for at least 20-30 minutes daily Tai Chi. Excellent for balance and fall prevention. Resistance training with light weights or resistance bands, 2 to 3 times per week. Balance exercises, such as standing on one leg or heel-to-toe walking. What is not used will be lost. Even 5 minutes of stretching in the morning can set a positive tone for your day. Engage your mind and spirit. Remember, this journey is not only about the body. A vibrant mind supports a vibrant life. Here are some activities I recommend. Reading stimulates the brain and provides joy. Drawing or painting sparks creativity and mindfulness. Conversations, regular chats with friends or family, even by phone. Learning new skills, a language, an instrument, or even simple crafts. Old age is not the end, but a reminder to start taking care of yourself. When you engage your mind, you naturally lift your mood and foster resilience. Regular health checkups. Don't skip your doctor visits. Early detection is key. Ask your physician about bone density testing, DEXA scan, a painless way to assess your bone strength, vitamin D levels, testosterone levels if relevant. Full risk assessment. Also review your medications. Some common drugs, like corticosteroids, can accelerate bone loss. Your doctor can help adjust your regimen if needed. Build a support system. Isolation is a dangerous companion to osteoporosis. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Join a community group, online forum, or local club. And if you are struggling emotionally, seek help. There is no shame in talking to a counselor or therapist. In fact, it is a sign of strength. Every morning when you wake up is an opportunity to start over with yourself. 6. Shift your mindset. Perhaps the most powerful change of all lies in how you view this phase of life. This is not about trying to be 20 again. It is about embracing the wisdom of your years while keeping your body as strong and capable as possible. It is about living fully each day you are given. There is no age too late to live a better life. I have seen men in their 80s and even 90s regain strength, purpose, and joy. It starts with small steps and a commitment to yourself. Final encouragement. I want you to take this to heart. You are still a man, a person of worth, of dignity, of potential. You have walked a long road, you have weathered storms, you have built a life. Do not let osteoporosis or any single diagnosis define your future. Every breath you take is an invitation to keep building, to keep loving, to keep living. Stay tuned. In the final part of this video, I'll leave you with one more message I hope you'll carry forward. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to speak to you, man to man. You've heard the facts. You've heard the stories. You know now that osteoporosis is not just a women's issue. It is a silent thief that can steal your strength, your confidence, your independence. But it does not have to. I want you to imagine something with me. It's a bright morning. You wake up and stretch. Your joints ache a little, they always will. But you feel steadier today. You put on your walking shoes. You step outside. The sun warms your face, and you walk, not far. Maybe just around the block. But with every step you tell your bones, I still need you, and they respond. You return home, sip your tea or coffee. Later, you call a friend, just to chat. You sit down with a good book. You nourish your mind. You eat a healthy meal. You nourish your body. You are not chasing youth. You are embracing life as it is today. Every morning when you wake up is an opportunity to start over with yourself. Now let me leave you with some final thoughts. You are still a man. I have treated many older men who felt invisible after health challenges. They told me, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore." And I say this to you, as I said to them, you are still a man, a valuable person, a person who deserves to live a healthy and happy life. Your worth is not measured by how much you can lift or how fast you can move. It is measured by your courage to face each day with grace, by your willingness to care for yourself, by the love and wisdom you share with those around you. It's not about fear. I am not here to scare you about osteoporosis. This is not about fearing death. It is about living fully each day you are still present. I have seen remarkable transformations in men who once felt defeated. I have watched a man in his 70s who once feared leaving his home regain his strength and take his grandchildren fishing. Have seen a retired teacher return to the classroom to volunteer, standing tall and proud. I have seen friendships rekindled, marriages strengthened, lives enriched. And it all began with small steps, steps you can take too. Join the conversation now. I want to hear from you. Have you seen yourself in any of the signs we discussed today? Have you felt the quiet sadness of declining strength or the joy of regaining it? If you see yourself in this video, share your feelings in the comment section below. And if you are struggling, please let us know. If you're struggling, let us know so we can get through it together. You're not alone here. This is a community. You are among friends, men who understand what you are going through, and together we can face this chapter of life with courage and strength. Final words before I go, let me say this once more. There is no age too late to live a better life. As long as you are breathing, your story is still being written. Make it a story of resilience, of growth, of connection. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel so you can continue this journey with me. Click like to let others know this message matters, and share it with any man you care about, father, brother, friend, who may need this message. Together we can create a life of strength, purpose, and joy, one step at a time. Until next time, this is Dr. Thomas Whitaker, wishing you health, happiness, and peace. Take good care of yourself.